Okay, so I've noticed, because my own fault, I haven't been regreasing my regreasable jackshaft. So what happens is the bearings start getting noisy. Now this is my fault because I've neglected it and I've been too busy trying to crack speeds. Now if you listen, you hear the bearings starting to get noisy. Now I'll re-grease them now and we'll see what happens. Now for the grease, I always use high performance grease. Now this is expensive, but that is why I'm at the top of the game on the speed time trials. Don't cheap out on anything when you're going to be running the power we're going to be running, because you're basically at the speeds now with all these motors of actual motorcycles. So that's what you need to treat it as, an actual motorcycle and a fast one. Don't cheap out on cheap crap. So here we have my modified jackshaft that has a stock one-piece jackshaft that I took the bearing seals out of, the covers, sorry, put new bearings in without the bearing seals, and then I drilled and tapped into it and made my own grease nipple, because the previous ones from AMXQ you couldn't even re-grease. So all you've done was compress the cylinder, because you need to have grease ports on the outsides of the bearings so the grease can escape past the bearings, so you actually are replenishing them. Otherwise it's pointless. You're compressing the cylinder and then it's harder on the bearings to run in compressed cylinder situations. So that's it, re-greased now on the custom jackshaft, one piece re-greasable. All you do is take the bearings out, put fresh ones in, take all the seals off, drill a hole, make sure you clean it all out, tap and die yourself in the grease nipple and Loctite it in, and then you have a re-greasable jackshaft, which means you should be able to replenish the grease very regularly, which will then extend the life of your bearings. You don't need to buy these expensive 3-piece ones that foul and break, that run untrue. You can simply modify yours for the cost of what, it's under 50 bucks or whatever it is, and then there you go, you're done. You also do need to, with the dust caps, drill tiny little holes in the end of them, because grease needs a place to escape from, so that you can then replenish the actual bearings, and it needs to be past the bearings. So you'll fill up the cylinder itself, and then as that fills up it pushes out past the bearings and then comes out the grease ports. On previous ones that have been designed, that is a failure, because you end up compressing the actual shaft itself, the cylinder, and all that does is make it hard for the bearings to run in a compressed environment. So yeah, if you do this and you re-grease them once a week, all it is one quick squirt in there, is all you need to press fresh grease past and the old grease out, and that'll keep you running for years, I'm going to say, because I've had this in now for a while and it is running amazing. So yeah, you don't need to go for the expensive aftermarket ones that are pretty crappy. All you need to do is that little modification and you're up and running with the regreasable jackshaft. So yeah, here's what it sounds like now in comparison to what it was just before I re-greased it. Now if I had re-greased it once a week, that would have kept the bearings in even better condition, but I was too busy trying to go for speed runs, and yeah, it's my fault, it's neglected. But that's it, you don't need to spend a shitload of money on silly aftermarket stuff. You can just modify that yourself really simply.